Okay, Michael, I have pushed the live stream and
Thank
make you
you.
host again. Now you can make me co-host.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So, Michael, how many participants have joined?
Can't say I've actually, let me have a quick look now. Yeah, probably about 15 people have booked.
Okay.
But we had a lot of bombers the last one.
Yeah. So after 5 minutes, I will log the class if you want.
Yeah, it's difficult to know how many have truly, because this has been a popular class, I guess, that people tend to come into this class. So it's difficult to know how many, probably the best way to handle them is to let them come in and then kick them out.
Yeah, sure. That's a better way.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm a trainer in waiting room.
Do you want me to let them in, or are you going to let them in?
No, I will let them in.
Okay. Hello, welcome. Feel free to chat. Trina, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Doing well today.
Good. You say you're feeling well.
Yeah, doing well.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, I'm feeling cold.
Oh boy. Yeah. What time is it where you are?
Well, it's midday where I am, and I'm on the west coast of Australia in Perth.
Oh, it's midday. Okay.
Yeah, so we're in winter now, and it's also a rainy season, so it's we have cold months ahead of us.
We're warming up. We're at spring going into summer.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So welcome to Bridget and Pat and whoever calls themselves iPhone. Okay. Hey. Hello, everybody. Anybody there?
Hi, Michael. It's Bridget.
Bridget. Okay, somebody else can talk. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Okay. Hey, how about turning Trina and Bridget? Why did you turn your cameras on? So I can talk to somebody. I'm not born as a TV.
Okay. All right. 1 minute.
Oh, I'm covered in pimple cream and stuff. I'm in my house robe.
Bridget.
All right. Fair enough. Hello, Pat and Natalie. Yeah.
Hello. Hello. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Other than being cold, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm in my bed and I'm in class, so that's why I can't cut my camera on.
I've seen people in bed and makeup on, and so, but if you don't want to turn your video on, it's fine. Okay.
I'm like some of the other attendants. I'm in my bedroom, so my camera's off as well.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I guess you're all around about midnight or an hour to midnight or so, are you?
No, it's only about 9 p.m. here in Washington.
Oh, then you can turn your camera on. You're not in bed yet, are you?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I am.
You're an early bird.
It's 12:03 a.m. where Natalie is.
Natalie, then I don't blame you for being in bed. Okay. But Pat doesn't have an excuse.
No, except that I've been up since 5 a.m. So
Oh, okay. That's fair enough. Okay. That put me in my place now. All right. I guess you're all in class because you want to know a little bit more about the tips and tricks of Zoom. Okay. Are you, and you can just answer quickly through, because you can't nod anymore because you don't have your video on, but you can say yes or no. Have you been through Zoom basics before? Okay.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Thanks, Natalie. Pat?
yes and no. I got bounced off of it about halfway through and couldn't get back into it.
You got bounced off. Okay. You must behave yourself. Okay.
Actually, my computer said unstable internet at the time, and well, that kind of did me in.
Yeah, okay. No, fair enough. And Bridget, have you been to the Zoom Basics or another Zoom class?
Yes, I went to a Zoom Basics class with, I think her name was Vicky. She's one of the guys.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's fine. And Trina, have you been in a Zoom class?
Yes, but I still have some issues,
Okay.
like trying to raise my hand during
Okay.
the Zoom meeting, that type of thing.
Okay. Look at the bottom of Zoom for the word reactions, Trina, and click on reactions and you'll. Okay. Miriam, hello, welcome. You've just arrived.
Yes, hi, Michael.
Hi, nice to see you. And are you also at midnight and you're not going to put your camera on either, are you?
No, we're live streaming, so I'd rather not.
Okay, okay. Brendan, okay, observe. Okay, all right. I'm not sure what Rebecca's up to, Brendan. Rebecca, are you there?
Yeah, Michael, let me check.
I see you, Mary. I see you.
Okay. All right. So welcome to all of you. And it's all late at night, I guess, for some of you, except for Pat. And so you're all in bed, and Pat's in bed, and Miriam, you weren't in bed when I saw your camera on.
No, I'm not. I'm in Los Angeles.
Okay, well then you can leave your camera on and you can chat to me during the class. Don't let me force you. That's fine. Okay. What we're going to do is I'm just going to share the screen for a short, some slides just for a short start. And then I'm going to go live onto Zoom, and I'm going to use Zoom to go into Zoom. And that's not always easy, and Zoom doesn't always behave itself. Sometimes we get disconnected, and then we just got to connect again. I'm talking about sharing from that perspective. So I need you from time to time just to say yes or no, or to tell me if you can't see the screen about what I am talking about. I will say you will see on the screen, and if you can't, please let me know, because I cannot be aware if you're not seeing what I'm sharing. Okay, I assume that Zoom is sharing, so just to be aware of that. For those of you, I know there's some new people in class that don't know who I am. You can see my name on the screen, and I live in Perth, Western Australia, and it's just gone midday, but it's still cold. Okay, and even though the sun's shining, we're still cold. So I think it's probably, as far as Fahrenheit goes, it's less than 50 degrees here at the moment. And for those who are in Canada, it's about, we're about 10, 12, 13 degrees centigrade at the moment. So it's cold, and that's why I'm dressed the way I am, warmly. I'm an author. I've got a background, research, but mostly business and starting businesses and moving forward with businesses, and mentoring business owners is really my background. So as a lot, I love being here as a guide for Get Set Up. Today, as you can see on the agenda in front of you now, we're covering everything that you see there, okay? And but we will cover a little bit more, and then also I'd be happy if I'm able to answer your questions about some of the things that are causing you a little bit of a problem. And so we're going to cover a fair amount, and we're going to cover some things that you haven't seen before. All right, so I'm going to just stop sharing for a minute, and then I'm going to share the Zoom within the Zoom, and you will be able to see my tools, my Zoom tools at the bottom of the page, okay? You've got your own Zoom tools that are floating around your screen, wherever they happen to be. But I've got mine here, and I've got my ordinary, which you cannot see when you are a host. You've got your Zooms that are floating around, your Zoom tools that are floating around. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and you must let me know if you can't see it. Right at the bottom, on the left-hand side, there is a stop video. And next to the stop video is a little up arrow, okay? So we click on the up arrow. Okay, and then you'll see video settings, virtual background, and Logitech, okay? This, if I click on video settings, you should be able to see a white screen that's coming up in front of you, okay? Okay. Now, on the video, you'll see these are all settings down the left here. And on the left, we've got, right. We've got here, touch up my appearance, okay? Now, this is basically focusing on, particularly when you don't have a lot of light in front of you as a host. Now, I've got a lot of light in front of me because I've got a big light above me, and I'm sitting next to some big windows with midday light coming in. But if you have a not too much light, you'll be able to, let's just unclick that, touch up my appearance. It's talking about the light, okay? Assuming you've got it clicked on HD, which is, you know, really high density, you'll be able to use the touch-up light in order to, if you watch very carefully, it's very subtle because my light is so strong. You see, I moved to the right, you could see my forehead became lighter, and then to the right, to the left is dark. So that's not why we were passing here, so I thought I'd stop and show you this. But what I want to show you is the background. If you click on background effects, you would have seen this in the basics of Zoom. You all have done some form of basic Zoom. But what I want to show you is not, we'll come back to the virtual background because a lot of people do have problems, and I'll take questions with that. But if you're on the extreme bottom right hand, if you're watching on my screen only watch on my screen, don't watch on a second screen of yours that you've got there. If you see on the bottom right hand, it says Studio Effects, okay? If you click Studio Effects, up comes a process. You know, if you're going into a movie studio where they're filming and so on, they take you aside and they say, they put powder on your face and touch up your eyebrows and so forth. Now, you can do the same here in Zoom. By clicking on Studio Effects, You can start with, let's say, at the very top where my cursor is. I hope you can see everything where the cursor is. I can now move my, not move, I can add eyebrows. Now my eyebrows are dark enough as they are, okay, but now I've just made them darker, as you can see. No matter how I move my head, the eyebrows follow me. And now I've got a number, about 7 different styles of eyebrows. And one can play with these eyebrows as much as you like and make them thinner. But remember, I've already got dark eyebrows. So let's go back to the dark. So I've got dark on dark now. And the opacity at the bottom here, you can now make them lighter by going to the left. And then they just a touch. And particularly handy for people who've got very, very light eyebrows. And if you take it to the right, then it looks disgusting. Okay, but it's to show you that you can now play with these different, and you can make them different colors. You don't have to stick with the same color. Okay, you could quite easily decide on any color that you want. There we are. I've made mine a sort of a purpley blue, and you can make them darker. If you so desire. That's by clicking on that right one. Okay,
I like those. Those is nice.
Do they?
Yeah.
Look nice for you or look nice for me?
Nice for me.
Okay. Well, you can go and play, and they're very, very colorful. And a lot of people do like those. Yeah, but not my character. My wife would kill me if I had to walk around with those on all day. Anyway, so now you can, particularly I would guess, if let me just go back to none there. So I've clicked none to take them off, and I can create a beard for myself. Okay, you know, just you can see a very light beard now appearing, and of course you can go down to the opacity and you can click to the right, and now it becomes much darker. And that's better for me, I think, than those purple eyebrows. But again, I mean, you can also you can click on the let's see if what you like there. Okay, so maybe you can click on, and you can have a different color beard. Do you like that as well?
No.
Fair enough. Okay, so
No.
okay. Okay, so I'm going to take it off, and we'll have no beard on. But then, what is almost always essential is some sort of lip factor. Okay, so you know, particularly when you're filming, and if you're going to, you know, you can use Zoom to video your own videos. Okay, if you're going to do a presentation with nobody present, you can just turn on record, and you can have your presentation. And so then you would probably want to just darken up your lips or whatever you want to do. There, I've made it dark, horrible for me, but make it even darker. Yeah, there we are. So you would find, you know, the appropriate lips that you think are appropriate for right now. You know, maybe this is your style. Okay. Okay. Maybe I want to dress as a clown. I think I could do that quite well. Okay.
That's funny.
Okay, so there it is there. So you can do that. I've just clicked reset, and it's taken it back. I'm going to click on the bottom right hand and click close, and it closes up. And I'm going to click the top right hand corner, and it closes up what you are seeing now. Now we are back. You can still see the tools, my tools, at the bottom of the screen. Don't forget to let me know if you can't. Then I've just got to reshare again. But you should be able to see the tools on the bottom. And there should be one. Let me put my glasses on after doing all that makeup. Right. you see at the bottom of the screen, on my screen, don't look on your screen, on my screen, you'll see breakout rooms. Okay, so we're going to talk about breakout rooms now. And if I click on breakout rooms, then up comes a little white drop-down menu, and it's floating on my host page, but you can see it. Okay, so breakout rooms are used in a whole different variety of ways. You can, you know, if you've got let's say a class of school children, and you want them to break out and talk about different subjects in the different rooms, then you can make a number of rooms, and you can put them in there as the host, or you can ask Zoom to put them in automatically, or you can ask the class to assign themselves to whichever room they want to go to. Okay. Now, also it can be used in an adult environment. If you're in a conference or you're holding a conference, and you've got a large number of people in the conference, and you want different speakers talking about different subjects in different rooms. Now, you can now put a speaker, the relevant speaker, in each room, and then the attendees of the conference now know that that speaker is in that room, and they can choose which speaker to go and listen to if they so desire. Okay, but you as the host always have the option of moving them around, but also Zoom, you can give Zoom the option just to put them at random into a process. Okay, so let's just create say 3 breakout rooms. Okay, and I'll click on create the rooms. Now you'll see what comes up on the screen is room 1, 2, and 3. 3 rooms. I've created 3 rooms, and there are 2 of you in each room. And Brendan, I hope you don't mind participating in this one, just with your audio, okay, or whatever, okay, because you're in room 2. So now, one of the options that you have here is to put your cursor over the room, and you can rename the room. So if you want it to be named Science, then you put it in Science. Or if you want to name it Mr. Jones, his room is there, okay, you can name it what you like, okay. You can also decide, well, I'm going to delete one room and just have 2 rooms. And so you would do that here, okay. And then if you go down to the bottom left, you'll see the word options. If you click on options, up jumps a menu that allows you to control the rooms in certain ways. For example, you can allow people here to choose which room they want to go to. You can allow particularly some of these bigger rooms and bigger audiences, they might be given a task, and then they finish the task and they want to come back. They don't want to sit in that room while other people finish their task or whatever. Then you can click allow participants to return to the main session, which is the room I'm in. I will be in the room all by myself. But I do have the ability to visit each of the rooms. So you will see me popping in when we break up just now and experiment with the different rooms. So you've got these various options. You can have a look at them. And we're going to just allow 3 minutes to go down and to notify me when the time is up. And then from 3 minutes, there'll be a countdown of 10 seconds, letting you know that no matter what you say and what you're doing, whether you're ready or not ready, the rooms are going to close and you're all going to come back to the main room, okay, whether you like it or not. So those are the options you've got on the left-hand bottom side. So now what we're going to do, we're going to be looking at opening the rooms and putting you in the room. See your name in the room. So Natalie will be with Pat, and Brendan will be with Myram, and Bridget with Trina. it's just to give you the experience of breaking away and then coming back. When you go into the room, just spend a minute each introducing yourself to the other person, you know, who you are, what your name is, where you live, anything you want to. But be careful not to hog all 3 minutes because the other person needs to also talk to you. So, all right, so we're going to move there now, and feel free then, just because none of you got your videos on, that's fine. So you're only going to be talking to each other, or because it may be woman to woman, you don't mind having your video on. But remember, I'll be visiting for a short minute as well. So we'll open all the rooms now, and you'll slowly move away.
You everybody back together, huh?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so how was that experience?
It was good.
it was very nice.
It's
Okay.
Oh,
fun.
yes.
Okay. Now remember that this breakout room comes with the free version of Zoom. Okay, so you just got to make sure the settings in the cloud required, and then you as a host can use this quite freely, and it is you've experienced it's really worth using. And so whether it's just friends getting together or whatever it is, it's find an excuse to use the breakout rooms and let everybody enjoy the experience. Okay. What I want to show you now is on my tools that you can see on your screen. I want to go to polls. Okay.
Michael,
Now,
you're not sharing your screen right now.
thank you very much. Let's go back there and share that. Okay, you should now see me tick on polls.
Yes.
Okay, so you click on polls. Now, this only comes with the paid version, although there are 3 paid versions of Zoom, but it comes with one of the paid. You will not get this on a free version. So just be aware of that. And you can also create your poll there and then by clicking the word edit. It then takes you, and I'm not going to do it full now because it takes time and because most people that come to class are on a free version. Are any of you on a paid version?
I am.
Okay. Have you used polling before?
No, I have not.
Okay. Would you like me to go through how to set up a poll? And you can do it before class and after class. You don't have to be doing it during a class. So you can remember that. So
Yes, please. Yes.
okay. What you would start with is you're on, let's just calls itself poll 1. And you can now click and ask a question. So you can say whatever. Let's have a look. My favorite. What would you like? Don't worry. The spelling, I guess, is different in America to where I am. My favorite, what shall we say, dog. Okay. So we're looking now to do, let's maybe just click it and do your spelling on it. Okay. My favorite dog can perhaps be the way that we are going to now create this. Let me just move that. Whoops, well, we've gone away again. Okay. Sorry about that. Every time I click now, I'm just saying, can you still see the ask a question share? Because I think it's probably unsharing now. Oops, have I lost everybody?
No, Natalie is still here.
I can still see you also.
Okay. I just want to share again.
Yeah, Michael, we all can see.
Okay. Everybody can see. Thanks, Brenda. Okay. All right. So I'm going to just go through the mechanics. Otherwise, I'm likely to lose myself again. If you click on here to ask a question, and you come up, it takes you to the cloud. Okay. You can now you have a choice of to type your question in there, and then you can choose between a single choice or multiple choices. So if you're saying, what is my favorite app on the internet, and you only want them to choose one, and you give them a list of maybe 3 options or 4 options. You see the options down here, and then you can type in the options. So one talks about, let's say, social media. Okay. And you've got 235 words. So it could be a paragraph that, you give a name to what you're doing. You can just call it social media, because it'll save it and you'll have it here in future as well. And as I was saying before, you can, you have an option of doing this before class up in the clouds. You can see right at the top, it will be under your settings under zoom.us and manage the poll. Okay, so you can decide how you want to looking at these and experiment with these different options that you have. Okay, and you can decide, let's say, okay, social media. Okay, sorry, let's just call it. I'm actually there. What is your social media? What is your favorite? Maybe is a better way to put it. What is your favorite? And again, I'm going to spell it my way. I know. Favorite social media. Okay, what is your favorite social media? And now you can. That was actually edit. That was not the one that I wanted to do. So we've got this. I'm not sure this way around. Let me just try. Yeah, let's just have a look. Just Brendan, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, because I am actually getting a little getting tied up with what I should be seeing and I'm not seeing. So I'm going to just close that off, and I'm going to open. It's not showing me. So I'm going to. Sorry, I'm going to just. I have to call this again because it's. I'm not succeeding in showing you simply and easily. So could I apologize? And
Michael, you want to share the screen?
yeah, Brendan, do you know how to set up that in? I always set it up in the cloud, but here it's behaving differently from the class itself. Do you know how to do it?
Just give me a minute.
Okay. Sorry, you tricked the host here by saying yes. But let's just see if Brendan can come up with why it's not behaving like it used to. One of the things while we're waiting for Brendan is that I've just updated yesterday the Zoom update, because it updates like every third week or so. It brings out a new update. Be aware of that. And do you all know where to look? It's for those who don't. It's in your app. When you open your app, you get like the first page that comes up in your app. And then if you click on your name or your image, you will see check on updates. And it will then, you click on that, it takes you to the cloud, checks whether you're updated. If you're not, it gives you the option to update. So the updating is working all the time. And
Michael, can you try it again?
Okay. Do you want to do it, or do you want me to do it?
I want you to do it.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. So we go to polls, and we then, as soon as you click on add a question, now this is different. See, it takes you to the cloud. It used to you used to be able to do it.
Yeah, because Michael, you are host, so I'm unable to do this thing.
Okay. No, that's fine. All right. So let's try one more time, and I'm going to click multiple choice this time so that we have. All right. So let's just give it a. I'm just going to type in some words for a title, and then let's do put your question here. Okay. Which Okay, and I'll give you American spelling. Okay, and then we're going to do multiple choice. So let's do there. Where's the okay. I just want to see this. Okay, I'm just checking whether it has changed or not now. I'm just going to save that and just no, it wants the answers there. They have changed it. All right. So we put an answer in there as Facebook, and we'll put an answer in there as Instagram. This is a good learning curve for me too. So I'm glad you said yes. Just hope it's not boring for everybody else. Okay. All right. Now, can you see the actual poll itself in front of you now in the middle of the screen, a white little blob in the middle? And it says
Yes.
which.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, great. Okay. Thanks for sorting that out, Brenda. So which social media is your favorite? Now, I'm going to let you choose. Remember, this is only in the paid version of Zoom. So, what I'm going to launch the polling, and then you've got like a few seconds, 10 seconds, shall we say, to choose which is your favorite of those three. And of course, you do the third one, it's both together. Okay. So play along, see what it's like. Let's see what polling. I'm going to launch the polling now. So you select your favorite straight away. Okay. Some of you like Facebook, some of you like Instagram, some of you like both. Okay, that's fine. All right. I'm going to now end the polling. Okay, you've all had a choice. You can click. So let's end the polling, and then I'll click as the host, share the results. And now you can see on your screen the results. Okay. You can see the Facebook, Instagram, and the two together. So clearly, Facebook won the race today. Okay. So now you can stop sharing. You can download the results. You can relaunch the poll. You can add another poll. And when I come back to this class, in a few days' time, this will actually be saved. This particular poll will be saved. So I'm going to stop sharing the results and going to click. And so that was polling. And what I'd like to do, I think, is probably just show you the various versions of, you can see on your screen now, you get choose a plan at the top. You should all be able to see that choose a plan. And then you see the free version. So if you come to your settings and come to choose a plan, you'll see at the top it says pricing, plans and pricing. And you can now have a look. There's $149 a year license. There's $199, $50 more, and then $240 a year. So you come and experience which one, if you're thinking of using it now from a licensed one, and you can see as we pull down the screen, you have optional extras to do. And okay, so I just wanted to show you that plan aspect, because it's otherwise confusing why. But I just showed you that because it's often used, and now one of you do have the paid version. So it looks like a lot of you will be involved in the paid version in the future because it's fun. Okay. And all right.
Michael, I had a quick question.
Sure.
Where exactly is the poll saved?
Okay, the poll is downloaded onto your computer, but you can also save it under settings, and I'll show you some settings before we end the class, all right? Because I want to show you other settings as well. But you can certainly save it and find it quite easily, all right? But I will also show you in the clouds. Is that all right?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right. What I want to, I delayed a bit of time there to show you that poll there. I want to show you now. Miriam, do you have a question or not? Okay. Right. If you see down here, there is an icon that's called security. You'll only see it on my screen, remember? I'm sharing my screen, and you won't see it ever as an attendee. This only comes up when there's a host, okay? And so you click on security, it gives you various options. So you can decide now, before you start your meeting, you come in and you click on security, and you can decide at what stage, if it ever, you want to lock your meeting, okay? Brendan and I decided not to lock this meeting, and so it hasn't been locked. We had a few bombers, and they are out of the meeting. You can choose here to enable the waiting room or not, just by clicking on it, okay? And you can hide people's profile pictures and just have their name come up as well. Then you come to the next section underneath that is allow participants in this meeting to, and there's various things that you can allow, like share the screen, chat, rename themselves, unmute themselves, start video. And I see that annotate on shared content hasn't been clicked. So I'm going to click that because I'm going to want you to annotate next. But also if a participant has arrived in your meeting as a host and is particularly or is not needed in the meeting for whatever reason, maybe a bit rowdy or rude, you can remove a participant and you can suspend a participant's activities as well. So you may need that as you go forward as a host with bombers coming into your. So that is the security down the bottom. Any questions about that before I move to starting to show you sharing? Okay. Now, I want to show you first of all, by clicking on for sharing anything, you click on the green up arrow, and you should then see a white screen come up in front of you now. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Now, thank you. Thank you. All right. So now I want to show you how to share more than one thing. Okay. Let's say you want to compare documents or you want to compare photographs or whatever you want to compare that you would like to see. So what you do is you click, let me just say show all here. There we are. So whenever you click on something to share, it puts a blue border around it. Now you know that if you only want to share that, you can go to the bottom right and share. But if you want to share more than one, you hold down the control key on your keyboard and then keep on clicking whatever you want to share. Okay. Then you let go and you click share. Now, what happens is that you have got documents here that you can move around your screen and put them anywhere you like. Okay. You can now see, and of course you can make them bigger. You can make one right over the other one and make it enormous. And the same with any of the others. You can do the same thing as well. So you've got 4 documents here that you can decide, well, you know, I want to compare the documents, I want to compare the pictures or whatever it is, okay? So that is how you share 4 documents or 4 items. Doesn't have to be documents. They could be pictures. It could be JPEGs on your one. So are there any questions about that? It's quite easy if you just know you've got to hold down the control key, okay? And you can get those up. I'm going to just close some of these now for permanently. And you can move them, of course, around the screen as you like. Okay, so now I've stopped sharing for a minute. I wanted to just show you those. Now I'm going to do something else, and you should be able to see that. Let's just make sure you can see the white screen again in front of you. That's come up because I've pressed share screen. And when, as a host, you press share screen, it shows your desktop. Okay, I'm working on obviously on a desktop now or on a laptop. Okay, and you should really, I find it your host. It's best to host on a computer if you're going to be the host. Okay, because then you get all the functionalities out in front of you on your screen, and you don't have to look for them. All right. So what I want to show you now is how to annotate you see that there's a whiteboard on all Zoom meetings in the free version that you can click on and share. So you know by clicking on it gets a blue border around it. Okay, now I want you please to pay attention. I know you're going to sleep, you're all in bed, but look, when I click share now, there's going to come up a little icon only for a few seconds, or a little menu or a little strip is going to come up on your screen somewhere, probably at the top, okay, but not necessarily. And it will say Michael is sharing the whiteboard. And then next to that, it'll show options. And if you've got a big screen, it'll show options and a little down arrow. Otherwise, just the word options. So I want you to see that, and immediately, don't wait, okay? I want you to click on options, okay? And there will then come down a little menu with a few words underneath each other, and click on annotate. Click on annotate. Then you'll be able to annotate on the whiteboard that I'm sharing. So after a few seconds, your option of seeing that menu hides itself on your borders somewhere, and you've got to go searching it with your cursor to find it. So now, are you ready? I'm going to share. Watch out for Michael sharing the whiteboard, and you're looking for options. Click on options. Okay, so have you found the option? Ah, yes, Miriam's found the options. Okay, that's great. Okay, great stuff. You can experiment now with going to text. Bridget's found, Trina's found. That's great. Okay, so now do some experimenting. Go along your various options that you've got. You might have a stamp, for example, and you can go around stamping. You click text again or select. And you could have drawing. See if you can find where you pull and a line comes, you go down, and then it opens up. That's under the drawing. And always go back to select, and then you can go and select another way to annotate. Okay, so I clicked on a circle, and there we are. All right. Is there anybody that cannot find it? Ah, you got text there.
I can't find it.
Okay, sorry, who are you? I didn't, was it Natalie?
Yeah, it's
Yes.
Natalie.
Yeah, Natalie.
Okay, you've got to, now, because it's now hidden itself on your device, depending which device you've got to, you just-
I'm on an iPhone.
On an iPhone, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure about that. I'm not familiar with all the devices, but it does just hide itself. So you've got to use your cursor or your finger, depending what you're using on your iPhone, and just go against the side. Look at the very bottom, and see if you can go into the frame at the bottom or the frame at the top, and then it should appear again. It's only hiding. Okay. So you're going to get another chance to try, because I'm going to share something else as well, Natalie. Okay. All right. Let's just stop there and stop. I'm going to now click on clear. I'm going to clear all drawings, and that takes them. I'm now going to stop sharing the whiteboard. Okay. And now we're back to where we started. Okay. Now I want to click on a JPEG. It's a picture I took in order to share with you. It's a word search. Okay. So again, now when I share this, you must be looking for that. Michael is sharing whatever the Zoom is, a photo, I'd probably say, and then again look for the options and look for that annotate tool. Okay, here we go again. Okay, right. Can you find your annotating tool? And there we are. There we are. We've got it. Okay. So there are different ways you can do it. Yeah, you can also do it like this. You can draw on top of it and come down and have a square. But you can, whoops, I've gone and clicked away from it. Hang on, we'll have to share that again. It's just, okay, there we are. Okay, so you can carry on sharing. And there we are. Okay. Now, you know, this becomes, this is a picture that I took, and you can take pictures as well and put them up here, and then, you know, with your friends, and call them up on Zoom and say, come on, let's do a word search. And I'll show you now where to find them. And they really are quite interesting. Nobody has found one on this line here. What's that about? Fifth from the bottom. Okay. Okay, I spoke too soon. All right, well done. All right, and let's just stop there. And I want to clear the board and stop finding. Okay, that one looks like it's butter anyway, isn't it? So anyway, let's clear all the drawings, and I'm going to stop sharing this, and I want to show you something else. I'm going to just share again Zoom within Zoom. And if you have, before a lesson, have clicked on and found this, then you can just do what I'm doing now. You should see, can you see the word search up on the top left-hand corner?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. So now this is the word, thank you. The wordsearch.com. I'll put it in the email I'm going to send you afterwards so that you've got it. So now you can have a look down below as you scroll down. Word searches of many, many different categories, you know, celebrities, television, sitcoms, and then which sitcom. These are all word searches that you can do. All you've got to do, you know, there are even more categories down here at the bottom, at the very bottom. So you've got nothing more to do than, you know, to click on any one of them, and you've then got an option of of doing a word search, and you can take any one of them and click on them, and now you're ready to begin. And so you would just click begin, and now you're ready to annotate, just like you've done on the other one. Okay, and so this becomes a lot of fun, and you get very difficult ones, and you get very easy ones that you can do with your grandchildren as well. Lots of fun going to annotate. So the other aspect that you'll also have fun with is the triviaplaza.com. Okay, and here you've got, you know, the questions, and you can take, you know, whatever you want to take. You can take any particular category. And you can decide whether you want the quiz to be on cast, characters, plots, or you can click on general, and so you click on it and you are ready to play. Do you know which US TV shows made this catchphrase famous? You click on play, and there comes the catchphrase, and you've got 4 options, and you click on them. So again, you could be playing this with your friends on Zoom anytime, if you like this type of thing. So, and the imagination is just all that you need now to find other things that you can do on Zoom like this. Okay. So are there any questions with that? Because I'm going to take you to settings now that I promised you, but I'll take any questions. I'll just stop for a minute.
Are you going to send us links to how to get to those?
Yes, I'll send you all the links.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Okay, so when you go into your account and on Zoom, you will find if you go to settings, this is scroll down. You see there are just lots and lots of settings, and I'm just scrolling up at the moment away from all the ones I wanted to show you, but I just wanted to show you on the left-hand part of the screen. When you go in, you get this menu that comes up where you adjust your profile and so on. You go to settings, you click on settings, and then you've got all your settings are here where I am now. You can click on advanced and it gets you to the bottom of the list. That's all. It's just a quick way. And you can see here, I told you about breakout rooms. You need to make sure that that is clicked on in order for your breakout room menu to show. Okay. And you need to go through all these settings slowly by yourself and find the things you want. If that virtual background is not on, you're not going to be able to get a virtual background. It's got to be clicked here. Okay. And then you can upload your backgrounds here. You can also use videos as backgrounds. And so, yeah, there is a lot. You can allow or not allow streaming of meetings. So, every setting has a reason for being there. And it's very, at this point now, because now you're moving towards more of the advanced user of Zoom. You've done the basics, and maybe we've covered some of the basics that you wanted, but you now need to be looking at these settings quite seriously. Okay. All right. Are there any questions that any of you would like to ask?
Michael, I have a question. Has Get Set Up enabled closed captions yet?
Closed captions.
Yeah, in other words, where you can see the text for the hard of hearing.
Where you can see the text, sorry?
Yes, so on the bottom, it would have the text. As you speak, the text will be showing up.
Oh, I see. Okay. I haven't experimented with that. I haven't looked for it, I must be honest. So I actually can't answer you. I'm sorry about that. Okay. You'd have to trial and error it and see. We've basically reached the hour. There was one other thing I wanted to show you, and that was to use a PowerPoint presentation as your virtual background. You've seen how to use virtual backgrounds from your basics, but I'm not sure if you have time, or if you want me to carry on, or if some of you.
We have time. We have time.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stop sharing, because I find this one really fascinating. And so you start to share again, and can you see the white screen now?
No, we're not sharing.
Okay, that's good. Okay, let me just share that again.
Okay, now we see it.
Good. Okay, and now you see that whiteboard. Okay, or not the whiteboard, the white screen.
Correct.
Okay, now if you go to advanced in the middle at the top, okay, and then on the left there's a beta version of PowerPoint as a virtual background. So if you click on that, and then you come down and you click on share, and it is now trying to find a document that it can possibly share. Let me just, let's see, I'm going to, sorry, it usually defaults without me having to go this whole route. Okay, let's go down to there and see if we've got one. There we are. Okay, I've opened a PowerPoint and where am I? I'm in front of your PowerPoint presentation, like on stage with the PowerPoint behind me. It's now a virtual background, okay? So, and I've got the option here, I've got 31 slides I can click on. I've just chosen today's one, okay? So if you move, you can see me in front of the cloud, okay? So that's now your virtual background. Okay, you can put anything up in a PowerPoint presentation, you know, all your notes or whatever you want to share or pictures on PowerPoint, and they can become your background, okay? You can even have things moving behind you as well as your background. So that becomes very interesting. You can also take away, which I'm going to right now, you can take away as host. You don't necessarily want two people there. So you can hide the self view by clicking on there. It takes it away from the gallery that you are all in and I was in. And now I'm just in front, and I can carry on clicking, and you will see whatever is on a particular slide. So that is, I think, I know it's still a beta version, so they might still be having problems with it, but it's going to be something worthwhile looking at if you enjoy meetings and so forth. Okay, are there any questions? I'm going to stop sharing if I can find it. Okay. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Isn't it just? I think so too. I really do. And I think you must really experiment with that if you're going to be hosts. All right. So
is that PowerPoint option for free accounts too, or pay account?
Free accounts. Yeah, for free accounts. And there's also an option to share your phone. At the moment, it's also in beta. It's only for iPhones. It's in beta phase, but I'm sure it'll be for all very soon. And so you can actually have your phone connected as well, but not as a background. That is just showing people what's on your phone. All right. Any other questions? Any comments?
This was very helpful. Thank you.
Pleasure. Okay.
You're a fantastic instructor.
Oh, yes.
That's very kind of you. That's very kind of you indeed. Even though I couldn't get that poll going well. Anyway, we've got it going. Thank you very much. Thanks,
That was
Mary.
good.
Thank you so much. Michael, I was wondering when you were doing the poll, could it possibly have been hidden behind your Zoom session?
Sorry, just repeat that.
Well, you said you were missing the screen coming up, and I was
Yeah.
just wondering if it wasn't focused because you clicked somewhere else and it might have been hidden behind your Zoom screen.
Very likely. Thank you. Thank you, Pat. Very likely. Yeah. So thanks for that. Yes. The problem with doing Zoom within Zoom, okay, is that you just click in the wrong place, and as Pat says, you know, you've now lost that sharing, and but it's fun, and I hope you get to try it sometime too, because it's really a good way of sharing, particularly websites and things like that. You know, then you can share videos, and all on the same basis of Zoom within Zoom. But anyway, okay. If there are no more questions, are there? No.
Oh, no, thank you. This was very helpful.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Right.
Bye, Michael.
Bye-bye.